Welcome to The Explainer. Let's dive straight into what has quietly, but explosively, become the absolute highest-paying tech skill in India today. Generative AI has rapidly evolved from this sort of cool research curiosity into a massive, non-negotiable business priority for companies everywhere. And as a result, well, salaries have followed that shift sharply upward. If you want to know exactly what the 2026 landscape looks like for AI professionals in India, you are definitely in the right place.
So if you're wondering just how lucrative we're talking here, think about this number, 1 crore plus. Yes, seriously, top senior AI engineers and principals at leading product companies and global capability centers are now commanding total compensation packages, and that's base, bonus plus equity, of 1 crore or literally more per year. The old salary ceiling? It's been completely shattered.
To help you navigate this massive financial shift, today's agenda covers the AI talent war, pay by role and experience, the GenAI premium, top cities for salaries, and finally, maximizing your earnings. Let's get right to it. Starting off with Section 1, the AI talent war, supply, demand, and skyrocketing pay. Right now, companies are treating generative AI like a competitive weapon. But what does having a GenAI skill actually mean in practice? Well, it's all about the generative AI stack. This is the combination of large language models, transformers, prompt engineering, fine-tuning, and RAG. Now, RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, which is basically how you give AI access to a company's secure, private data. These are the core technical skills needed to build real intelligent systems, and honestly, the professionals who can actually build with this stack, they're in incredibly short supply. So why are companies throwing so much money at this specific stack? It really comes down to a perfect storm of supply and demand. Sure, India produces a massive number of engineering grads every single year, right? But very few of them have genuine, hands-on, production-ready AI skills. When you combine that incredibly scarce talent with the fact that AI has an immediate, totally visible business impact, like drastically cutting support costs or unlocking brand new products, paychecks just skyrocket. We are seeing rapid cross-industry adoption, literally everywhere, from banks to hospitals. Plus, remote work is dragging local salaries up toward those rising global pay benchmarks. It's an environment that rewards demonstrable ability, way more than just how many years you've sat at a desk. Moving on to Section 2, pay by role and experience, mapping the salary ladder. Okay, it's time to break down the exact salary bands you can expect at different stages of your career. The sheer velocity of salary growth here is wild. Notice how a fresher can start at a very respectable 6 to 12 lakhs per annum just by mastering Python basics and prompt engineering. But look at what happens when you scale. Moving up to mid-level, bringing in skills like fine-tuning and vector databases jumps you straight to 18 to 30 LPA. And if you hit the senior bands with system design and agentic AI, you are looking at 30 to 50 LPA. The multiplier here isn't just your years of experience, it's absolutely your specialized skills.
Now, a quick word of warning before you go and update your resume. Notice the stark contrast between these two career paths. A prompt engineer without Python and core engineering fundamentals severely limits their earnings ceiling, usually capping out around 10 to 15 LPA. But over on the engineering side, an LLM engineer, which requires deep model knowledge and solid coding chops, earns 20 to upwards of 60 LPA. You see, simply writing prompts is accessible to a lot of people, but building the actual engineering infrastructure around those prompts, that's what really pays the big bucks.
Let's look at Section 3, the GenAI premium. Generalists versus specialists. This brings us to what is basically the core thematic tension of the 2026 job market, the massive financial gap between generalists and specialists. Check out this mid-level salary comparison. You've got a generalist data scientist earning roughly 12 to 18 LPA, but an LLM engineer with the exact same amount of experience, they're pulling in 20 to 35 LPA. Adding those specialized GenAI skills drastically, and I mean drastically, shifts your market value. So the absolutely crucial point here is this number, 25 to 40%. That is the massive premium you can earn simply by adding skills like LLM fine-tuning and LangChain to your existing toolkit. For any data scientist or software engineer tuning in, this is arguably the fastest possible way to move yourself into a much higher tax bracket. All right, Section 4, top cities for salaries, where the gold is buried. Make no mistake, location is still a massive lever for unlocking higher pay bands in the Indian tech landscape. Just look at how geography dictates the market. Bangalore and Hyderabad are absolutely leading the nation. And why is that? because they have incredibly dense concentrations of AI-first startups, product companies, and really well-funded global capability centers, or GCCs. Bangalore is sitting at a crazy 15 to 45 LPA average. Mumbai is right behind them, driven heavily by finance, while Pune, Delhi NCR, and Chennai offer fantastic opportunities anchored by IT, automotive, and e-commerce. If you want top-tier pay, these cities are the battlegrounds.
Finally, Section 5, Maximizing Your Earnings, the Actionable Playbook.
So we've talked a lot about the what, but now let's get into the how with some very specific data-backed tactics. Step 1. Learn Python and machine learning fundamentals. Seriously, it's non-negotiable. Step 2. Build a highly visible GitHub portfolio. Listen carefully to this. Real deployed projects will be generic certificates during a salary negotiation every single time. Step 3. Add cloud AI and MLOps skills to bump your value up another solid notch. Step 4. Develop niche domain expertise in complex areas like fintech or healthcare. And finally, Step 5. Switch companies every 2 to 3 years. Doing this strategically yields massive 30 to 50% pay jumps compared to just waiting around for a tiny internal hike.
If you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer, let it be this exact quote directly from our source analysis. Practical, demonstrable expertise in LLMs, RAG, fine-tuning, Python, and cloud platforms consistently outweighs tenure when it comes to compensation. Hands-on ability, what you can actually build, is the ultimate currency of the 2026 AI job market.
Which leaves us with one final, provocative question. The generative AI window is wide open right now. It is aggressively rewarding genuine ability over your background or pedigree. So, are you building the skills to step through it? The opportunity is literally right in front of you. Go out there, build those projects, and claim your premium. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.